Om Sri Sai Ram. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Om Satyam Brahma. ज्ञानं ब्रह्मा अनन्तं ब्रह्मा सत्यं ज्ञानम् अनन्तं ब्रह्मा. ओम श्री साई राम. Let me share something which has happened recently. Just few days back, I received a message from a doctor, a lady doctor, whom I have never met till today. She probably had seen the videos, and she sends me a message that after watching my video in some part of the world, somebody, whom again I don't know, I can't even pronounce the name of the place. It is there in my WhatsApp messages that a boy, after watching the video, he said, yes, this is what exactly Swami told me in his interview on 9th of November, I believe, 1990, that Swami had declared that for 10 years there will be very less crowd in Puttaparthi because Swami will not be available in Puttaparthi. This Swami is declaring in an interview to a group where this boy was present 1990. And then they inquired from some realized soul, some saint. They said, after the so-called multi-organ failure and samadhi and all that, so they connected 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. He told them that Swami will appear after his 96th birthday. 1926 plus 96 is 2022. After his 96th birthday. I don't know any one of them, but this message has been forwarded to me by a lady doctor from Puttaparthi. I don't know her, never met her personally. Of course, she is on my WhatsApp group, so just I know that. We may call everything coincidence. Non-believers will call everything a coincidence. Then you may not believe that Swami himself, when materialized the diamond, I was doing his Padaseva, sitting right there. I saw the creation of the diamond, this big diamond. In that diamond, which Swami declared was about 5,000, 10,000 plus years ago, given by Lord Vishnu for the marriage of Rukmani to a Tamilian saint. When Swami was showing this diamond, I could see, because I was sitting right at his lotus feet doing his Padaseva, live Satya Sai Baba 50th birthday. That famous picture of Swami Abhayasta pose, live, not a picture, live Satya Sai Baba. And I shouted. Swami said, what do you mean? I shouted, Swami, you say this is 5,000 plus years old diamond, but I can see your form. This form. I shouted because I was shocked. And I noted down each and every word of what happened in Kodaikanal and Trai in those days in a diary that Swami had signed for me with Love Baba. Each and every date-wise, morning, evening session, everything, dialogue by dialogue. That point in time, we had no this thought that Swami going and multi organ and all that. These thoughts would never cross our minds. It is recorded. Swami said, even this form is immortal. And when the Lord says this form is immortal, it is immortal. You got to have that faith. It is mentioned in Ramayana. I read yesterday itself. I heard one video on that by a great saint. That is mentioned in Tulsi Ramayana or Valmiki Ramayana. It is mentioned in Ramayana that Parshurama, when he was angry, Lakshmana challenged him. Then Rama told Lakshmana to calm down. And Parshurama was adamant that he is going to kill whosoever has broken this bow, Shiva's bow. Rama put his head down and said, "This is your child. You can." But when he saw Rama face to face, he could not move his hand. Such powerful Parshurama, who was eager, who was just dying to kill somebody. He was so excited, angry, because his ego was hurt. Who could touch? He could not move his hand. They say everything is, you go to this such and such person has all the powers, all the authority. Everything is in his hands. We say very often for our political leaders or anybody for that matter, that he is so powerful, he has everything in his control and he has everything in his hand. But we forget, everything may be, all the powers may be in his hands, but his hand is in his hands. You cannot move your hand without his sankalpa. And Swami has shown this to one of the students. It is recorded again by a student. Can we doubt that? The boy could not lift his hand. He tried his best to lift his hand. Swami showed him that without his sankalpa, he cannot move his hand. In the same scene, it is mentioned that when after Parshurama surrendered, he realized that he is Lord Narayana himself. He commanded his bow, which he was carrying. He said, "Now I am offering this bow to you, O Lord Narayana." The bow started walking towards Rama. Jada Chetan, the saint is mentioning in this video that Jada bow is what we call in our scientific language. It has no consciousness. But it starts moving towards Rama of its own, because it is attracted by Rama's powers, beauty, majesty. And this Parshurama himself could not move his fingers. He could not lift his hand to cut the head of Rama. He became like a stone. Saris started shedding tears in Dharmakshetra. Can we doubt that? Swami in 60s in Guru Purnima, 8 days he was suffering from paralytic attack left side, and then he sprinkles water and he becomes instantly cured and he comes down to give discourse. Can we doubt that? If you accept him as incarnation, cosmic authority, but our human mind is very tricky mind. It will accept only what it suits him or her. Those who are uncomfortable with Swami coming back, they will not accept it. So simple. Human mind is like that. It is not their fault again. If you tell them what suits them, they will immediately accept without any proof, without any evidence, without logic, without scientific, rational reasoning, anything, because it suits their thinking. That is the trick of human mind. But this avatar is not concerned whether ABC believes in him or not. He has declared 1968, this avatar is a wonderful avatar. He knew the human mind of this Kali age. So he has declared that he is not depending upon any organization or any institution for that matter. He has to complete his mission single handedly. He has to uplift the human consciousness single handedly. Who can help him in that? How do we know how to help him? Even the previous avatars could not do it, the saints cannot do it. It is beyond our comprehension. How can we help him in that? He has to do it single handedly and he will do it because it is his sankalpa. He has to change the game. He has to take the human consciousness to the next level. It is a part of his evolution. And it's a long drawn program. It is not one day at the spur of the moment everything is happening. It is perfect plan. In summer course in 70s, when somebody read from the Bhrigu Shastra, all the description of Swami are given there. When Aurobindo Ghosh declared, Krishna told him, you go and meditate, you have to bring down the Krishna consciousness. He went into Samadhi underground for 6 months. When he came out, he gathered all his disciples, including the mother, and he said, we have succeeded. Krishna consciousness has come down. He declared it on 24th of November 1926. It is mentioned in Chaitanya Mahajyoti. We can read the page and line, everything. Either we should doubt that also, the statement of Aurobindo Ghosh. We will believe whatever suits our minds. But who cares? This God is not depending his mission on our beliefs. No ways. How can he? Then he is no God. Our beliefs will save us. Swami said in Dharmakshetra, again in the same discourse there, those who doubt, they will have to break their heads on the rocks and then their blood stains will be seen. Satyasai Speaks volume 3. I used to read every Satyasai Speak volumes in my college days. I don't remember the page and volume, but it is there. Anybody search, go to Google and search. There. He has shown so many things across the world. When he can appear in the sky in the chopper of private chopper of a scientist, he can appear in bedroom of anybody, anywhere. An American businessman, a tycoon, a girl in the hostel, anywhere, in the sea, in the ocean, he'll bring down from the ocean the ring somebody lost. All are mentioned in Howard Murphy books. We don't want to go through that. We don't want to even read that and believe that because it doesn't suit our mind, our tricks, our game. Nobody can outsmart this God, be sure of it. He is not gone anywhere, he is not going anywhere. There's no ways. We will not allow him to do so. Let us have that confidence. How can he go? I told him, Swami, you cannot go without fulfilling what you have promised. It is recorded. And you cannot go because you have promised me that you and I will be together in this birth and next birth. That confidence is required. We doubt our own experiences, forget others' experiences, forget my experiences. We should not live on borrowed experiences, but we doubt our own experiences. Our minds have become so weak, so selfish, so foolish. We live on borrowed experiences. Everybody is invited, offered, have one-to-one relationship with this God. He is available. Who stops anyone to establish one-to-one relationship with this universal consciousness? Who can stop it? We are part of Him. We are a spark of Him. Even He cannot stop us. He cannot deny us. He gave me one poem. There is no denial, no delay. Everything is my divine play. It is His play. Enjoy His play. Be part of that play if you want to be. Or be a witness. Enjoy it. Don't doubt it. Because then you will not be able to enjoy it. While watching any movie or any play, if you want to enjoy it, you have to believe it. If you go on commenting, no, this is not possible, that is not possible, then switch off. Why to watch and go on commenting? He is Supreme Lord. It is no one's fault that we are not able to believe and comprehend that He has declared long before. He knows it. He is not blaming anybody on that. But He is offering Himself. Come. Involve Him in each and every small decision. It is not going to cost us anything, be sure. He is not going to misguide or do anything of that sort. Be sure. And as such, nothing is going to happen without His Sankalpa. Whatever I do or omit to do is for your own good and good of all. Nothing can ever happen without my intent will. Do not want to understand. Do not try to understand. Trust in my wisdom. And above all, learn to love my uncertainty. Don't try to get guarantees from God. Is it not insulting? Then we seek guarantee. Do we seek guarantees from our mother, father, our even C-grade politicians? We believe them. Oh, no, he has promised. That officer, that leader, he has promised, so he will do. We trust their word. Most untrustworthy persons, we trust. Swami said, you bow down your head to a barber with a sharp instrument in his hand, and you subject yourself to his whims and his fancies. He may do any mischief, knowingly or unknowingly. Yet you believe in him, isn't it? A barber. But when it comes to believing in God, you put all your logic, all your science, all your reasoning and rationality as if you are, what to say, stupid. Let us not miss this chance, because the most important thing is this, out of my own 50 years of experience living with him, observing him all around. He will never, never, never let you down. Even if he has to change earth into sky, sky into earth for you. He told me this. When he told me, that means he has told everybody, every individual. There is no special. He just gives his assurance to A, B, C to make everybody feel that he is available to all. He said, for your sake, I can change earth into sky, sky into earth. He can do for every one of us, because he loves us. He will never, never let you down in any situation. Even if you have committed a wrong, 100% wrong, you are on the totally wrong side. Still, in that situation, he will save you. Then he will drag you and scold you privately, whatever. But he will never let you down. Come what may. Try it. We have tried all our human relations, our human contacts, our own little powers, little authorities, little knowledge, little wisdoms. We have tried again and again. Everything has failed us. We know it in our hearts. We cry for those who would never care for us. We care for those who would never cry for us. And this is the God, not only He will care for us, He will even actually cry for us. He has done that also. Don't doubt Him. Just love Him. Trust Him. He will do wonders through you, for you, anywhere, anytime. He decides. Let Him decide. Let Him do. It is His game after all, isn't it? Did we create this world? Somebody told Harish, you will bring governance of God. If it doesn't happen, the people will not Him. I say, I have not created this world or this country. I have not created my own body here. What authority, what qualifications or credentials can I have? This is all stupid. We give too much importance. We always overestimate our capabilities, our abilities. We always do the opposite. Instead of trusting in his capabilities, we underestimate him and overestimate our little things. Let us come out of this foolishness for our own good. He will still save us in spite of our, not because of us, but in spite of us. Jai Bolo Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba Ji ki Jai.